Yo YouTube, we're back for the third workout this week, and today I'm going to be lifting those big round rocks over there made out of concrete. This is my loading platform. I'm going to set it up. I got wood in my car, but I want to make sure that I'm hitting a height that makes sense for me. That's about 47 inches. Once I add the platform, it'll probably be close to 50 inches. That'll do it. Still about 48 and a half. I'll stick with it. Now in the past, you guys might remember this platform from Strength Camp. I would have these mats under here, which built it up a little bit and allowed me to drop it. Try something a little new today, where when I bring it off, I'm gonna let it drop on this crash pad. Might be a little less efficient, but more effective, because last time I tried it with the horse stall mats in my old house, I put a pretty severe hole in the ground. Big old hole, and I patched that up. It's pretty crappy. So it's been a while. Let's see how this looks. So I'm just making these little clips for TikTok, Instagram. If you don't follow me yet, go check me out on those platforms. A little behind the scenes stuff. I'll start doing some Q&A and stuff, and TikTok dancing and stuff. So today's supposed to be my heavy day on the stones. I haven't done stones in so long that even the light stone feels heavy. This is my next step up. You know, I can't help myself, but I gotta try it. Because these stones are so new, check it out. They got a whole lot of powder. And with all that powder, it slips. So it's a funny thing, when you put on chalk with a barbell, it'll help you hold it better. If there's chalk, i.e. stone powder, concrete powder on the stones, it just makes it slippery. So try to get as much of that fresh powder off of it. And I'm gonna use a little bit of spider tack on this. So this stuff is just like, it's kind of gummy, and it'll make the stone a little bit stickier. It's, I guess you could say it's kind of like cheating, but it's illegal in the sport. So let's put a little bit on here. I mean, I should be able to lift it without it, but because of the powder and because, well, I probably couldn't lift it without it. Just a little bit. Hey! Feeling good. This one, I legit don't think I ever actually lifted. Look how powdery it is. So, there's a really good book called Historical Stone Lifting by Martin Jasantis. I did an interview with him not too long ago. I should probably put it up on this channel. If you guys are interested, I'll do it. Where he talks about how ancient cultures, particularly the Scottish, would use stones, natural stones, rocks that were found around, in order to test a young man's mettle, in order to test his ability to work. Because back then, what a man wanted to do was what? Work. Your value was determined by your ability to work, and your ability to work is determined by your strength. And so, if you wanted to work on the ships, you had to prove yourself. And so this ritual developed called manhood stones. To the degree that you could lift a stone would be the degree to which you were capable of work, and it was like a rites of passage. young boys would dream to be like some of the older boys who could pick up a stone. And the kids they would spend all day out there just working on little stones till they got to a certain age where they could pick up the first level stone, right? And that would give you graduate. And then there'd be a second level stone, so on and so forth. It dovetails perfectly into my mission in making men strong again. And that has a lot to do with the initiation processes that we no longer have as a culture, any culture. It's kind of been thrown out the window with modernism. At our last few grounding camps, I haven't done a grounding camp since 2019. I brought my stones, and we had man stones, and we had an entire ritual. And that's something that we're gonna do here at the Strength Camp Ranch when I start doing events again, probably in the fall. It's gonna be a matter of, hey, let's get the men in a circle. Let's test our mettle. Let's see what you're worth. Not for anything more than to test yourself. So let's see if old Uncle E is worth his mettle in picking up this third stone. And that's that. And here's how you get this stuff off of you. Baby oil. So right now I'm gonna do a variation of the squat that I learned watching the knees over toes guy. And he reminded me about how Tom Platz, the old school bodybuilder with the giant quads, used to do squats. He did them very differently, almost like an Olympic lifter where his ass would hit the ground and he'd wear really high heels. And so even higher than my weightlifting shoes. And so Ben Patrick, KOT guy, says use a slant board. So the past few months I've been using a slant board to do my squats, and I love it. It puts so much more of an emphasis on my quads. I'm kind of a posterior chain dominant guy. Now that sounds weird because a lot of people have to work their posterior chain, but I got like serious glutes, huge ass. So this is genetic. What ends up happening is I end up using my hips way more than anything for everything, which is beneficial to a great degree, made me a good athlete. But then I was starting to have lower leg issues because even though my quads are well developed, weren't using them as much as I would like to. But ever since I started doing the KOT squats, you'll see that I'm using a lot more of them. Also anterior tibialis. And I'm gonna do an exercise for that I'll show you guys in a minute also. This is something I've never used before. Actually, I just bought it. It's a tib bar, which it trains the tibialis, anterior tibialis, this muscle here, which since tearing my Achilles tendon in 2017, has grown weak, particularly on this side. They don't even make these, you can't even really buy them. I bought this one on Etsy. Some kid was like homemade. I'm not even sure how I'm gonna get rigged up in it. Let's give it a try, let's see. Of course that don't fit. Good enough. Okay. Bingo. done. So that's it. That's the first week of working out here back at the Strength Camp Ranch, making these videos for you on YouTube. To be completely honest, I don't know what I'm doing. I'm just getting the ball rolling, getting back in front of the camera, getting back with you. And so I'd love your feedback. Let me know what you like about this series. If you want to see something else, want to see something more, if you want the Yo Elliott back, let me know. We'll try to make it happen. I'm here to infotain you. Done.